What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Monday Night Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Roman Reigns' shock move over to Raw, sad news for Bronson, Reed and Tonga, a shocking picture of Brock Lesnar's wife surfaces, Drew McIntyre reveals the reasons for his absence, Rey Fenix is stuck in AEW, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new videos on Wrestlelamia XL. Now, as always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Wyatt 6 versus Final Testament feud heating up. Now, the Wyatt 6 versus Final Testament feud is an example of how to book the Wyatt 6 as a powerful force without making them invincible. The Final Testament scored a major upset last night thanks to help from a returning Paul Ellering, setting up a rematch that has captured the fans' attention and elevated the Final Testament in the process. Number 2, perfect handling of the New Day turn. WWE couldn't have booked the follow-up to Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston's heel turn last week any better. Woods and Kofi received an ice-cold reception backstage, as well as a scathing rebuke from Cody Rhodes that showed no one is happy with the two superstars turning on their best friend Biggie. The fans' reaction to the New Day shows just how much heat the group really has and how this could be one of the biggest storylines of 2025. Talk about rejuvenating your career. Number 3, Drew McIntyre's promo. A Raw featured many talk segments, but thankfully they were all good and helped fans understand what's motivating the Raw roster. Case in point, Drew McIntyre explaining why he's still determined to punish people for bad choices, such as helping Roman Reigns, and that his absence from Raw only reinforced his conviction that he's right and everyone else is wrong. Number 4, fantastic CM Punk interview and Seth Rollins. As CM Punk and Seth Rollins made their respective points last night via an outstanding sit-down interview between Jackie Redmond and Punk, as well as Seth's fiery in-ring address to the WWE Universe. Fans got a clear understanding of where both superstars stand, and like any good program, there's something to be said for both wrestlers' take on things. Number 5, good build for Saturday night's main event. The WWE has big plans for Saturday night's main event, as seen with the heavy hype for this Saturday's show, and Raw being used as a platform to not only promote the show, but add a new match of Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre and modify the Gunther versus Finn Balor bout. Number 6, a new Adam Pearce. And we're enjoying Raw General Manager Adam Pearce's newly discovered backbone. While WWE superstars still drive him insane, he at least is laying down the law when superstars are misbehaving, as opposed to his former persona where he seemed incapable of making a decision. And Gunther roasts Finn. Gunther tore into Finn and the Judgment Day, aka a bunch of weirdos, showing his lectures against opponents and their shortcomings are perhaps better suited for him playing a babyface. Regardless, Gunther continues to play a tweener effectively, and while it was a bad move attacking Damian Priest after Priest helped take out the Judgment Day, it fits Gunther's character perfectly. But that was a good what about the bad is number 1, Raw Women's roster needs help. As entertaining as the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship tournament has been, it's also exposed how weak the women's undercard on Raw is. Everyone involved in the tournament has a poor singles record, and so far, the tournament seems more like a formality than any type of engaging contest. With all due respect to wrestlers such as Zoe Stark, Lyra Valkyria and Zelina Vega, none of them have really set Raw on fire, and so far, the Intercontinental title doesn't offer much hope for Raw's female undercard. Number 2, a weak move. WWE really downgraded one of Saturday night's main event top bouts by adding Damian Priest to the Finn Balor vs Gunther contest. Fans were eager to see how Finn would fare against the ring general, but now they have a watered down match where the outcome is predictable as Priest will take the fall rather than an exciting one-on-one contest. Now, there was nothing downright ugly, another solid 2-hour show that covered ongoing stories while building up to Saturday night's main event. What did you guys think of the Red Brand last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at Roman Reigns' shock move to Raw. At top of today's news is a report that the OG Bloodline and Roman Reigns are moving from SmackDown to Raw. Pro Wrestling Nexus reports that it's believed that Roman Reigns, the Usos, and Sami Zayn will be reunited on Raw. In case you missed the news, the WWE is insinuating a transfer window to shake up the WWE's roster. Pro Wrestling Nexus is reporting all superstars are eligible with the exception that a title or two will be swapping brands. The report notes that the new transfer window is a result of Netflix wanting certain talent on Raw. It added that the WWE also wants to shake things up creatively by creating new matchups. This is a fascinating situation as it suggests just how much stroke Netflix has in being able to pull top talent from SmackDown. While the WWE will presumably give the blue brand top names from Raw, just who those names are remains uncertain. Furthermore, it's unknown how the USA Network feels about one of SmackDown's top acts of the OG Bloodline moving to Raw. What do you guys think of this move? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, sad news for Bronson Reed and Tonga Loa. That's terrible news for Bronson Reed and Tonga Loa, as a new report from The Observer indicates both superstars will be out of action for several months following their injuries at Survivor Series War Games. Bronson Reed's having foot surgery. He's going to be out for months, a long time. I asked somebody there and he's not expected back for WrestleMania. It's expected to be a long time, and Tonga Loa, I had figured 7-8 months out. That's usually the thing for bicep surgery. It's unknown how the WWE plans to handle Tonga's absence, especially with Solo Sikoa's feud with Roman Reigns still running strong. I will continue following this story and send our best wishes to both Bronson Reed and Tonga Loa for a speedy and full recovery. Next up, have the New Day surpassed Dominic Mysterio? Now there's a new sheriff, or in this case sheriffs in town, in terms of heel heat, as Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston's in-ring appearance suggests they've instantly surpassed Dominic Mysterio in the ability to enrage the fans. Neither member of the New Day could get even a word in, as fans booed them mercilessly and then cheered when they left the ring. It'll be interesting to see how things play out with the New Day and whether the WWE capitalizes on their heel turn. The WWE has a rare opportunity to elevate a flagging team such as Alpha Academy by putting them against Woods and Kingston, as the WWE Universe wants to see the men who turn their back on their best friend get what's coming to them. Next up, Uncle Howdy's eerie resemblance to Bray Wyatt. Now, the Wyatt 6's appearance on Raw was well received as always, but Twitter user Fadeaway Media pointed out something other WWE fans have noticed: the uncanny similarities between Uncle Howdy and the late great Bray Wyatt. Now the obvious is that they're brothers. Of course there's going to be some resemblance, but Uncle Howdy's eerie resemblance to him has been noticed by the WWE Universe ever since the WWE launched the Wyatt 6. In this case, it seems like Bray Wyatt is still with him, as it seemed like Uncle Howdy was talking to Bray Wyatt in the chair. What do you guys think of that? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Rey Fenix stuck in AEW. It looks like Rey Fenix won't be leaving AEW anytime soon, as it was recently reported on the Wrestling Observer Radio that Rey Fenix has got a long time left. I'm not exactly sure how long, but one of his friends told me like a year as far as an injury time they've tacked on, and obviously he wants to go to WWE and he can't go. Now, this is the latest installment in what's turned into a nightmare for Rey Fenix and Lucha Brothers fans eager to see Rey and Brother Penta work in WWE. Is this unfair of Tony Khan? It's been noted that WWE has tacked on injury time as well to their superstars, but what do you guys think in the comments down below? Next up, Drew McIntyre reveals the reasons for his absence. Now, if you're wondering why Drew McIntyre was off WWE TV for so long after dropping his match against CM Punk in a Hell in a Cell match at Bad Blood, while the Scottish Warrior gave a gripping kayfabe explanation on Raw, he provided the real reasons during an interview with KWCH12 Morning News. I was off the past 2 months. My last match was a Hell in a Cell match, a very brutal match. Got hit in the head at one point and needed 16 staples to close a wound at the top of my head. I suffered a family loss as well, so I went back to Scotland to deal with that and reevaluate my priorities, realized that I have probably given a bit too much to my profession, to my colleagues, and not enough to my family. Now, we've discussed Drew's dedication to the business, working through injuries and illnesses when he could have justifiably sat out, but he then threw in some kayfabe to further his current role as a heel. I kind of realized I've been giving too much for the past 17 years and it's time to start taking a little more. My mentality is I'm gonna take what's mine. I'm gonna beat up the people who deserve to get beat up. Are you guys glad that Drew is back? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, a shocking picture of Brock Lesnar's wife surfaces. And last but not least, a new picture of Brock Lesnar and his wife Sable really has fans talking. Sable looks much different than she did in her heyday during the Attitude Era. While the former WWE Women's Champion is now 56, some fans couldn't believe she's the same woman who sizzled the pages of Playboy. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.